Well, hello, boys and girls. It's your favourite grumpy granny from Groggy's Patch, and I am back once again to teach you a little something. Now, today is a little bit different because I'm not going to, well, I kind of am, it's about eBay, but what I'm actually going to do is show you how to cross-list some of your items that you've already got listed on eBay and send them over and cross-list them over to Depop, because that's where Grumpy Granny has started doing some reselling. I didn't think I'd ever be into the cross-listing thing. I was only going to ever do one platform. And if I did do two platforms, I was going to have different things on each one. That in itself becomes a huge problem, like knowing which one you've got where and, all that sort of thing. And I actually found I had a lot of stuff on eBay that would be suitable for Depop. So the easiest way to send it over is to use a tool called Crosslist Magic. Now, Crosslist Magic is a Chrome extension and it's very, very easy to use. So before you get started on this, there are two things you need to do. The first one, of course, is to make yourself a Depop account. That's pretty simple. You can use your phone or you can use your web browser and just make yourself a Depop account. Now, there's one funny thing that will happen when you first make your account before you've sold anything. It'll look like your pricing before you put any listings up or sell anything. Your pricing looks like it's in pounds, right? So English currency or UK currency. So I'm just letting you know that is a thing. Don't worry about it. Ignore it. Okay. The second thing you need to do is hop onto Google and type in Crosslist Magic and grab the Chrome extension for Crosslist Magic. Now, you get to use it for free for a start, so you can give it a really good tester for, I believe, something like 7 days. I could be wrong. Can't remember because it was a while ago when I did it. But, yeah, so use it, see how you go. I find it well worth the money. I pay a monthly subscription for it. Well worth it. It just makes it so quick and easy. Anyway, so put that on your Chrome. Add that as a Chrome extension and have that going. And then the next thing you're going to do is hop onto your eBay active listings page. So let's go and get organized and go straight there. Right, here we are on our active listings page. Now, I've actually gone through and chosen a couple of things that I know aren't already listed on Depop, just to make it a little bit easier. So I'm going to show you my process. Now, I could just go ahead and cross-list right now, but I happen to know that my description on anything that I haven't cross-listed is very likely to be way too long for what Depop allows, because Depop only allows, I think, 800 characters. We'll find out when we do it anyway, in your item description. So that's one of the big differences. The other thing that is very different about Depop is it only allows you to have 8 photos. Now, if you generally take more than 8 photos, then what you're going to want to do is actually think about editing your item before you send it over. And there is a reason for that. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to tick edit on this tunic because I want to send that over. Now, one of the reasons that you want to edit your photos is because the first 8 photos are the ones that are going to go on Depop. Now, if some of your really important photos are in later ones, as in this case, so the width is there, but the length of the tunic is down here, which is well after the 8 photos. So you just want to make sure that the necessary photos that you want to go on Depop are in that first 8 photos. So right away, I'm going to see that this one here is not necessary for Depop. So I'm actually going to push it down and just put it towards the end. So I'm going to have my front and my back. So this is what I normally do. I'll have my front and my back and a feature. So in this case, it's the beautiful fabric. Then I'm going to put this one here, which is the brand one. And then I'm going to take the tag that actually tells you what the fabric type is there. And then I am going to do my width, and then I'm going to do my length, and I tend to use just the full photo, not the close-ups that I do for those ones. And you'll see I've still got some photos left. So what I'm actually going to do is have a look, because this one here is quite a nice photo. I'll just bring it up, because you can see it shows the ruffles and things there. Or I've got this one which shows the hem. But I think I actually want to show this one with the ruffles. So I'm going to put it here, because that's the 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's my 8 photos. So that's the photos sorted. Now, when I'm doing these, because these are listings I've already done, what I usually do is I think to myself, well, if I'm going to do some altering on this, this is a great time to actually have a look at the actual listing and see what needs changing. So I'm going to go in here and have a look. And I can see something already that I now would change to make different. So I would actually take out the word tank there, which is because tank top, it hasn't got sleeves. And I'm going to put top in here, because what I've thought about is that most females will search for whatever top in Australia. We don't tend to search, well, we might search for tunics, but like we tend to search for a top, even if we're looking for a shirt. So I put top, and then in this case, I'm also going to put tunic. Women's plus size large. Yep, that's all fine. And I think the rest of that's all good. And I'm going to go down to my SKU, because this is important. And I'm going to just change that to St. Arnaud. And that was from a bag sale that I got access to in January. And that bag sale, which here's one I've entered before, ended up giving me items that were 33 cents each. So, but I'm just going to change the date over to today. Oops. There. And then the big thing I do is in capital letters after whatever I've put there, and that will then have to have the SKU number when I add that. But what I'm then going to put there is a big DP, which I put for Depop. You can put whatever you like. You can put, whatever you like. I put DP because I just know that that's going to be Depop. I will just have a quick scan down and make sure I think all the item specifics are right. And here again, I've got something in the character from back when I used to fill the character out just to make it fill up, but that's not the way to do it. So I'm just going to clear that one. Make sure all the features are right. Gear stretch doesn't have a spare button because it doesn't have a button. Let's see. Ruffle pullover. That all looks good. Yeah, I think the tag there is, I don't know. Do we know where it was manufactured? Yes, China. So we'll just get rid of unknown. And if you don't want to put China in, just leave it blank. Just leave country of manufacture blank. It doesn't really bother me whether I do or I don't. Now, I know that my condition will be quite okay, because that's a special spiel I make up telling people to look at the photos and see what's written in the description. And I actually went through and did a bulk editing of all those. So I know that if it's already filled out like this, that it's going to be okay. And then I'll come down here. Now, what I've been doing of late is, rather than stuff asking around, I use the AI description. So I click on that, let the AI do its bit. I quickly scan over that. The Lila top tunic is a beautiful addition to any wardrobe in a vibrant orange hue. This plus-size tunic features a sleeveless, flowy design with layered ruffles and a round neckline. Made from a lightweight polyester fabric with stretch, it is perfect for all seasons and occasions, from travel to parties and business meetings. Easy to care for with hand wash only, this bohemian-inspired top has a regular fit and is available in a size M. Well, that's not actually correct, is it? Unless I have got the wrong thing up here. What size was that? It was a large. Just as well we checked. Yes, it is here a large, but in the sizing, I have got medium. So there we go. Just as well I checked that. And in here, if I was doing it in here anyway, I would type the sizing in, not just have a L. The rayon fabric type and absence of vintage details makes it a modern and versatile piece. That's ridiculous. The absence of vintage details. Yeah, no, that just doesn't do it for me. So I'm going to take that bit out and I'm going to say it's a modern and versatile piece, suitable for both casual and formal wear. Well, it's not really suitable for formal wear. Surely I haven't got that ticked. Let's have a look. No, I don't have formal ticked. So I don't know why it says, it thinks, and this is why you've got to read what AI says. Suitable for both casual and, I'm going to say, party wear. Whether paired with jeans or a skirt, this colourful tunic, you should make a statement. Look, I wouldn't personally wear it with jeans, so I am going to change that and say pair it with leggings. And I don't wear skirts, so I'm not going to pair it with a skirt, but I'll leave that. You should make a shirt. So there we go. So I've changed that around. Now I'm just going to go down here, and I have a custom template in here in which I have the rest of my clothing blurb that I want to put. So I always want to say, please measure your garment, your favourite similar garment, and compare with the measurements that I'm giving you to ensure that it's going to fit. Because sometimes with pre-loved clothing, because depending on how it's been washed and how it's been cared for over time, it could shrink or it could stretch. So you need to, I just need people, not that anyone ever does, but, hey, I can put it in there and hope. Then I say this garment is in great condition and appears to have been very well cared for with little sign of wear. Photographs are of the actual item you'll receive, and then I have my little bit of shipping blurb there, so that's all good. And then we go down here, and it's trying to tell me that I should only list it for $9.82, but I bet you it's not. Oh, yeah, it is. There's one there that's one of those brands. Oh, goodness, they've sold that one for $9.50 and $2.10 postage. How are they sending? They must be trying to send that through as a letter if they're going to do $2.10 postage. Goodness gracious me. I don't know how they would do that. But look, this is a really nice tunic, beautiful, vibrant colours, and we are actually going to send it over to Depop, so I am going to start it off at $19.88. So we'll see what that does. And then I'll just check my postage is right. So I've done all that, and then I've revised it. And now I'll hit revise. Right. So that's all done. So now we need to go back to our active listing page and scroll down till I find that particular one again. This is the exciting part. So I'm just going to go full screen, and that way you'll be able to see it better. So here is our actual garment that we want to do. So we just click on the little bits of paper, like the little icon, and it's doing its magic. You'll see here, and Depop comes up. And what it's doing, so its platform is taking all the things that we had on eBay and trying to fit them where they need to go on Depop. So as you can see, it's picked up the first 8 photos. So that is all fine. And here's the description. Now, as you'll see, the AI with my little blurb, so if you're just going to use the AI only, then it would be fine. You wouldn't have to worry because it wouldn't take up as much room. But I'm 268, if you look down here, 268 letters over what I should be. So I need to edit that down a little bit. So I'll take it out of this bit here. So I'm going to just, I usually take out what the fabric's made of and whether it's washable. So I'll just delete that out. Oh, I'm still 8 letters short. So I'm going to take out that. So it just says it's a versatile piece. So now I'm fine. So the description is fine. And you'll see, go down here. Now, doing the item specifics on Depop is quite different than it is on eBay, because they have a drop-down box, a drop-down list like so. You can only choose what is there. You cannot add in anything new. So it's a bit frustrating to start because we are so used to listing on Depop with all the things that you can fill in. However, once you get used to it, it does make it quick and easy. So I've got the category is women's tops. It's picked that for me. It has not picked a subcategory. Now, I would say it's a tunic, but when I go in here, there isn't a spot for that. There is blouses, but it's not really a blouse. So I'm just going to leave it on other. And then we've got the material. Well, you can choose what you want to choose, but this is all. So you can choose like if it's knit or if it's denim. So I would put that first and then put the things, because you can choose up to 4 things. This top's actually made from polyester. If they had chiffon as one of the choices, I would add that because that's what the overlays are made of, but they don't have that in there, so just leave that. Body fit, well, being that brand, Lilia, is a plus size, so it will be a plus size, so I'm going to choose plus size there. Again, you can only choose these things, so you only need to tick in this box if it is for men, a tall, big and tall, or women's plus size, or petite, or maternity. So if it's a normal garment, you don't have to use that one at all. Occasion, for this one, I'm just going to say it's festival. You can choose 3, I think, here. I'm going to say going out and party. It's picked up the brand, and it thinks it's the brand Hue, but that's because I had Hue written in the title on eBay, but it's not that. So we're going to get rid of that. Now, again, you can only use the brands that are in here, and there are a lot of Australian brands that we have that aren't actually in here. But, that being said, I can't use what's not there. So if I try and type in the name, we'll see it comes up with other. So you just have to go other. I usually find if it doesn't pick up the name itself, it's not going to. The brand name is not going to be in there. So I tend to, instead of typing in the name like I just did then, I'll type in PPP because it just makes it quicker, because it's going to get me to other quicker. Condition, I'm going to say is excellent. It's a large. That is correct, we know, because we had to change it. And now we've got the colours. Now, normally it would pick the colours up for us. Quite often the AI on this will pick it up, but it hasn't today. So I'm going to choose orange, maybe because it was too bright, and yellow. And then we've got the source is pre-loved, and that'll ask for an age. So I'm going to say it's modern. Style, I'm going to say is boho. And you can choose up to 3 in here. So I don't know, maybe I'll choose that and glam. Who knows? I mean, you can pick whatever ones you like in there. If you haven't filled it out before, you can put Australia as your location, and then city. If you live in a small place, it may not be on here, so therefore you just put in your state. You can tick this box to offer free shipping here. I don't, but I do a reduced shipping price of $9.99. That seems to be working quite well because people think it's under $10. I've got that I'm offering worldwide shipping for $40. Pretty much no one's going to buy internationally off Depop, but it's there in case they are. And then I've got my item price, which is fine, and I can either save it as a draft or I can just go post. And we'll just go post because we've checked everything and everything's right. And there it is. Our top all listed beautifully on eBay. How about that, boys and girls? Right, so now let us send this one over to Depop. So I'm just going to go back to full screen, and then I'm going to do it. So and I'm going to do this much quicker and not talk you all through it as much. unless there's something, just so you can see how quick it is actually to do it. Because, with me, if I'm going to talk all the way through it, it's going to take away the effect of how quick it actually is. Right. Now, good enough. So this one, because it is actually a jumper, or you could put it in sweatshirt, so I'm going to go jumper, occasion, casual, going out, party. Material is cotton, and it's also fleece. Brand, again, I'm going to say excellent. I'm going to say it's more white than cream. Sourced. Oh, you did see it picked up the colours that time. Pre-loved. And sometimes, even though you can only choose 2, it will actually choose 3 for you, and it's great. That means that's all the better for you. I'm going to say modern because I don't know. Oh, no, because it's going to be vintage, isn't it? Because it's made. I'm going to say it's 2000s and put vintage up there as well. Skater retro, and I'll say boho, and come down, and then I am going to list it. And there we have it. Quick and easy, isn't it? Like, how quick was that? How quick was that? Like, it takes no time at all when you do it that way. All right, boys and girls, now that I've shown you how to do that, you can get listing on Depop. I will do a bit more of an in-depth nugget on Depop. Well, I probably won't do a more one in-depth one. I'll do a series of shorter one of, singling out particular things about Depop as we go along. Today I actually posted a little belt that I sold on Depop yesterday, and yeah, they seem to sell quite well. And it's just a matter of trying some of the stuff. I've listed some books over there. I have only sold one book on there, I think. Yes, I think so. Mostly clothing and clothing accessories seem to sell quite well, but you never know. Try anything. You can list anything over there. So, yeah, I have sold some plush too. All right, boys and girls, that is it from me, and I will see you tomorrow.